to the Quality of Life podcast. My name is Erin Olson, and I am a businesswoman and mother who has been studying personal growth for over 15 years. I've tried almost all of the habits and hacks out there. My goal is to use my real-life experience to show you which tricks and habits make the biggest changes to your quality of life with the least amount of time and energy on your part. We will cover everything from habits to hacks, fitness to family, and everything in between. Now, let's dive on into today's topic. Hey there, guys. How are you doing? This is Erin Olson coming back at you with the Quality of Life podcast. I'm glad you guys made it back. Last week, we talked about why changing is so hard to do and how to find your own motivation. So, how was that homework, the 7 levels deep homework? I'm hoping that you guys actually went through with it and that you took home some really good information and you found exactly what your why is. I hope you went on my website, theerinolson.com/podcast, and you downloaded the free wallpaper for your phones, all about remembering your why. So, today, I'm so excited. We are going to talk about one of my favorite topics. We are going to talk about learning to dream again. Now, there's a little bit of history about this topic that I think you need to know. Okay, so a little bit of history about the 100 Dreams Challenge. Back years ago, when we were running Hey Chicks, I really wanted to try to figure out how to engage our manufacturers in a way that encouraged them, and I wanted to build our culture, basically. So one thing that I did is I came across this book by Matthew Kelly called The Dream Manager. And in this book, he talks about how he changed his company's culture by helping other people get their dreams. So I had this great idea to follow his plan and to make everybody in our business do a 100 Dreams Challenge. Now, the 100 Dreams Challenge changed how Hey Chicks works. It changed the feel of how people felt in the back. And I want to tell you a quick couple stories. So I made it mandatory. And a lot of the ladies that worked with us, and gentlemen, didn't really feel like this was a good use of time. And so basically, there was one person, and I'll tell you, her name is Carolyn, and she's probably one of my favorite girls that I got to work with. And she was just coming out of a rough place in her life and was really kind of just going through the motions. And one thing that she couldn't think of a lot of things to write down. I mean, everybody wants a bigger house. Everybody wants, maybe a new car or stuff like that. And so material things was an easy way for her to start looking at dreams, right? And she couldn't really figure out what exactly she wanted to write down in there. And so just out of frustration, she wrote in her 100 Dreams Challenge worksheet, she wrote that she wanted a new Yeti coffee mug, one of the insulated coffee mugs to bring her coffee from home to work and to have while she was at work. Well, funny story, she wrote that down and literally I think it was the next week, she won it in a contest at work. We had no idea, and she was just floored. So just be careful. The 100 Dreams Challenge is a very, very potent thing to do. And it has so much power behind it. We have no idea how it works other than you just putting it out there. But I will tell you, things on it come true. We had another lady that worked for us, and on her 100 Dreams, she wanted to be engaged. She wanted to have a kid, and she wanted to get married. And you want to know what's really funny? That year, before the end of the year, all 3 of those had come true while she was pregnant. But it is just crazy when you start to focus your intention on certain things that you can actually bring them into fruition. I think she even got proposed to with a nearly identical ring as the one that she had picked out. So just be careful. Careful what you wish for. Isn't that what they all say? Anyways, so why do I want to encourage you to dream? A dream is a wish your heart makes. We've all heard that quote from Walt Disney, but what does it really, really mean? When you have a dream in your heart, I believe that God has placed it there, all of the desires of our hearts. And I believe it's up to us to discover them. Not only that, but I believe it's our duty. When we discover what our dreams and hopes are, we are cued in on to what our purpose is, I think. And so I'm here to try to help you guys to increase your quality of life and to find your purpose so that you know that you're not here just in the rat race doing the mundane tasks day to day. I know from personal experience that dreaming actually increases your creativity, it increases your joy, and it gives you hope. And who doesn't want a little more of that every day? So, what is the challenge? Well, I'm going to challenge you guys to the 100 Dreams Challenge, and I'll be putting this up on my website, theerinolson.com/podcast, so you can download your PDF copy. But the 100 Dreams Challenge is a bunch of different categories, and all it is you put 10 dreams in each one of these categories. And I've actually made lines for 15 dreams or so in each categories. And these are things that are like material things that you want to see happen, emotional stuff that you want to have like change in your life, stuff that you want to learn, how you want to feel spiritually going forward, creative thoughts and dreams, what you hope for your work and your profession, financial stuff, creative things, adventures you want to have, the legacy you want to leave behind, and your character. Like, what kind of dreams do you have for your character? And it sounds really simple, but I'm telling you guys, it took me probably 2 weeks the first time I did it. And I've grown and I've continued to grow this list. I actually have a little journal that has all of the 100 dreams, and when I actually have one of them come to fruition, I highlight it or I put a star by it just so that I know that this really does work. Now, 100 Dreams gives you hope, and the way it does that is it really makes you start to be creative and to realize that you are actually worthy of your dreams. And like I said, I believe God gave us our dreams so that He can help direct us to His calling that He has on our lives. One thing you're going to encounter when you start writing down the dreams is you're going to encounter icky feelings like guilt. When we were growing up, well, even as a parent, as a leader, as a child, we've all been told to not be selfish. You know, there's children starving in Africa, let alone the United States. You know, why should we dream and hope and want more? Because there are other people who could use it more than we can. Well, I'm here to tell you that those fears and thoughts have no place in your brain because, yes, there are children and people who have it way worse than we do. But if you have more as an adult, you can give more. You can be a blessing to other people. And just because you may be receiving all of these dreams or any of these dreams does not take it away from somebody else. So just keep that in mind. There is no competition. There is no limit to all of the blessings that this world can have. So, are you all ready for your homework this week? Your homework for this week is to do your own 100 Dreams Challenge. I will have a PDF on the website at theerinolson.com/podcast, and you'll be able to find a downloadable PDF towards the bottom that has all of the information. It'll have all the categories, and I challenge you guys over the next week or two. This is probably going to take you a little bit longer than a week, but I challenge you guys over the next week or two to fill that page up. Not only fill it up, but really get serious about what do you want to have happen. I'll tell you, the legacy one was really hard for me. I don't think I filled it, but I will tell you, it's really weird to think about the legacy you want to leave behind. You know, the categories in this, I really want you to Start first with material things because that is the easiest thing to start with. It's easy to know what we want. We've all thought about what we would get if we win the lottery. Dream big. There are no limits to what you can write down on your list. So, when it comes to material things, anything from a paperclip or a Yeti mug all the way up to your mansion on the beach, okay? So don't be shy. Don't think what other people are going to think about you. Be completely in your brain and take a deep breath and just start writing. If you have more in some, that's okay. If you have less in others, don't worry about it. If you have emotional stuff that you have dreams about, like maybe I don't want to get nervous every time I have to speak in public. That's a real emotional thing that some people deal with on a daily basis. Maybe you want to be less introverted and more extroverted. Who knows? Maybe there are certain things you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn to salsa dance. I've had that on my list for a long time and I still haven't done it, but I'm telling you, I am going to. If you have dreams about your profession, if you have dreams about creating, say you want to write a book, maybe you want to create a new job or create a new business, that would go in your creative stuff or creative things category. Okay, one more thing about the 100 Dreams Challenge. You'll notice that there are 3 different columns for you to mark. There is the short term, there's the middle term, and there is the long term. Now, when you start writing down your dreams, there are some you want to have to achieve in the next week, some you want to achieve in the next year, and some you want to achieve just before you leave this planet. So, the long term, the short term, and the midterm, I want you to check those on your 100 Dreams Challenge sheet as you go along so that you can kind of keep those in the back of your mind. You're not going to really think about like your legacy on a daily basis as much as you'll think about your material things that you want. So it's a lot easier to do it that way. But do this over the next week or two. I want you to have this filled out. I would make it mandatory, but, I don't really see you guys on the other side of this. And reach out to me and let me know what you think. Send me an Instagram direct message or a messenger message, or shoot me an email at info@theerinolson.com. So I challenge you to the 100 Dreams Challenge. The benefits outweigh the effort by far. You can get your challenge at theerinolson.com/podcast. And like I said, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook and let me know how it went. The world needs more dreamers. So please rate this episode and share with 3 people you know who need this. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in next week to the Quality of Life podcast. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Be sure to check us out on the Quality of Life podcast, Facebook and Instagram pages, and our website, theerinolson.com, for downloads and more information. That is THEERINOLSON.com. Stay up to date by joining our email newsletter. Together, we can improve all of our quality of life.